Stewart. So I applied, and they sent me to South America, Ecuador. And this city they sent me to, he's like, dude, this is wrong. You need to either go to the capital in the mountains or the biggest city, which is in the coast. And you're going to either be in the mountains, you're going to love it, or in the coast, you're going to love it. But this place they've sent you to is so remote. I've never been there. I said, well, you know, he said, no, I don't know anybody that's ever been there. This is a mistake. We're going to change you up. So anyway, we couldn't get it changed. They fly me, they tell me to fly down there. So they say, well, here's what you're going to do. You're not flying right to the city. You're going to have to stop, make a stop, but don't get off the plane. The plane you're on, we're sending you out on, is going to stop and continue. So took this flight, wasn't too bad. It was a twin-engine turboprop, tricycle landing gear. And so we land and everything, and everybody's getting off, and then the pilot, co-pilot come back, get off, and the plane is empty. So I'm like, well, damn, this is kind of cool.
Did you speak Spanish?
Nada. I had a dictionary that thick. So, you know, I'm just sitting there with my, now I'm wearing a quilted polyester navy blue leisure suit.
Now this is what year? 1976?
75.
75, okay.
With white stitching.
White shoes.
White shoes.
White shoes.
White belt.
Winning.
White belt. That
Winning.
2 holes, right?
Top of the line,
Two
man.
holes.
Double hole or double hole.
And a
Top
white
of the
hat.
In the day.
A white hat?
I stood. No, it wasn't white. It was
fedora?
tan.
You're wearing a hat?
I had a hat and a camera bag about that big, 3 carry-ons, 2 big suitcases. I mean, I'm like taking up a whole aisle in the plane, and I'm just sitting there. So the pilot comes back and he spoke a little broken English. He said, why are you sitting here? I said, well, they told me to stay on the plane. This plane is going to take me to where I'm going. He said, this plane is not taking you where you're going. He looked through the window. That plane is taking you to where you're going, and the engines are DC-3 tail drag. He said, you better hurry, you're going to miss it. Hustle over there, and I'm the last one on the plane, and toss the bags behind me with a net for the cargo, and rubber mats on the floor, and everywhere I look, I see light.
Full of bales.
I see light on the floor, everywhere, there's light.
Holes, you mean?
Holes, yeah, I mean, I can see through the plane.
We're not talking light bulbs here. We're talking sunlight.
I can see sunlight, see through the plane.
So the plane just flies over the
Feels
treetops.
bullet
It doesn't really
holes.
need
This is really cool, man. I'm really excited. So the flight at that point wasn't too bad, but so we take off, and they actually had a freaking stewardess dressed in a little uniform, and she's got a tray of OJ, cups of OJ.
And a wiener.
She's passing out the OJ, and you know, we weren't too high yet, but we're climbing, and people start drinking that, you know, and I chugged mine. You know, it's fresh squeezed orange juice. You know, I'm about to sit in the back of the plane, and we start getting into the mountains. And these are the Andes, ferocious mountains. And this plane obviously is not pressurized, so they fly between the mountains. And I'm looking out the windows. I see nothing but rocks and ice. Nothing but, there's no blue sky, no green, rocks and ice. We're flying along. What? Damn, what was that? And all of a sudden, everybody in front of me starts getting sick. And I hear it. The gaps with the sunlight are coming and going. You know, they're getting bigger. And I look down, holy crap, here it comes and run down the rubber mats. Oh, no. But it's got a drain. It's got a drain. It's draining out. So I just wait for it to pass. You know, that one gets sick. There it goes down there. You know.
No way.
It's a true story. And I am scared to death. I'm like, I'm going to die right here.
How old are you?
I'm
20?
18. I'm not going to make it. I'm going to die right here on this plane. And I'm not going to make it. And the
We're
other,
going to crash in this mountain. Somebody's going to eat me.
and they told me, they didn't say if you make it, they said when you arrive, don't get off the plane. So the plane lands, and it's kind of rushed. And I'm like, man, what's the big hurry? What's the big hurry? Because we fly in at like dawn. And so they leave the engines running, dragging the tail. They throw all the baggage out. They toss it back there. The people get off, including me. Everybody gets on, and they take right back off. They have like a 10-minute window.
They don't stay on the ground.
They got to get out, or they're spending the night because the passes fog in. There's no GPS or radar instrumentation. The same plane I flew in on 6 months later, splat. Took them a week to find it. Took him a week, and one of my
While you were there.
yeah, one of my host brothers' moms passed on that flight. It took him a week.
That's not the one they wrote the book Alive about, right?
That was the basis for it, but no, I'm just kidding.
And then, there was somebody supposed to come pick you
Somebody
up.
ate me. That's
They
exactly
said,
what I meant.
they
right
said,
there. Yep.
in addition to don't change planes, they said don't leave the airport. People know you're coming. They got cars. They're wealthy. They're going to come pick you up. Sweet. So I just hang out. It's a one-room, a block, flat roof airport. And it was outside this little town because I saw when we pulled in, there's a little town down there with a square, like kind of like Cuthbert, So I'm like, well, we're here, And so everybody's like jumping in cars and jumping in, I mean, everybody. Where are you going? I'm going to Aloha. What? No, they're going to come pick me up. I don't need a ride. I don't need a taxi. I'm going to stay right here. This is like 8 in the morning. Hour by hour. Click something. I'm reading my little magazine, checking my dictionary, trying to learn some Spanish. And this, they said, come with us. We'll take you to their house. You've got the address. I have a name and an address. Nothing.
Weren't you at the wrong airport as well?
Well, that's the only airport. But the airport, the town, I thought was like over there. I saw the town. I know I'm close. They'll be here in a few minutes. They're 5 minutes away. So a couple hours go by and this little kid comes on. You need a taxi, mister. You need a taxi.
Buy some chiclets.
Chiclets. So I'm like, nope, they're going to come pick me up. So it's 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. He comes back every 2 hours. And he's like, Senor, they're not coming to get you. And I'm reading word by word, looking up in the dictionary. And I'm like, okay, I'll take a taxi. How much is it? Quanto? Whatever it was. Oh, I got that. All right. So I'm thinking a yellow cab, with lights and a meter and a
Donkey.
pickup truck, the smallest one I've ever seen before. And the fenders are just rusted out. They're banging in the wind, front and rear. The quarter panel rusted out. Shows up with this guy. It doesn't look like a taxi, but he's here to pick me up. He's going to take me. So the town's 5 minutes away. I saw it. It's right there. So we throw the bags in the back. I hop in with my quilted polyester navy blue suit and the white stitching and take off down there. The little kid sitting in the middle. He gave his cousin or whoever it was the money. And we head for town, man. I'm like, well, all right, man, I'm 5 minutes away from my adventure, my next year. And we roar past the town square and woo, right out the other side of town. I'm like, oh man, this is not good. This is not good. They got the gringo. They are taking him for a ride. Holy crap. Now
Wish I wore that butt protector.
this is not good. Oh my God, you got that. This is not good.
I
So
hope that court
we start climbing, and I see the town. I'm looking in the back. That's Aloha. No, that's not the town. No, that's another town. We're taking you. No, you need to take me back. Take me back now. I want to go back. That's not the right place. So I'm like, well.